In this video, I will be traveling to Iowa to summit Hawkeye Point, the tallest point in Iowa. Right now I am at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport in Minnesota. I just flew here today from Boise, Idaho, and I will be summiting 4 state high points over the next 3 days, which will be Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota. With the exception of driving across Iowa on I-80 many years ago, I don't think I've ever visited any of these 4 states before. So I'm excited to kind of check out a new part of the country. Now, many people may wonder why I'm going through such great effort to visit some of these weird parts of the country, but it's kind of my way of seeing America and doing this cool achievement of making it to the top of the 50 state high points. So it's kind of a 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing. This is gonna be a solo trip for me. Right now I am sitting in a 2021 Jeep Compass that I've rented, and this is gonna be my home for the next 3 days. None of these high points are gonna be very difficult to get to the top of hiking wise. It's more just gonna be a lot of driving to cover these 4 states in a short time. It's about 12 o'clock at night here in Minnesota. I have about a 3-hour drive ahead of me to get to Hawkeye Point. I think I'm gonna do part of that drive this evening and get a little bit of sleep and then hit the summit early tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining me on this adventure, and let's hit the road. Well, good morning from lovely southern Minnesota. I spent the night here at this nice little wooded rest stop and got some good rest. Looks like I'm just outside the town of St. James here on this map, which means that I've got a little bit more than an hour to go. I can actually see Hawkeye Point here on the atlas. It's just right over the border of Iowa. Now that we've got some daylight, this will be my first chance to kind of check out the terrain, check out the area here. Pretty nice place. So far the differences of here versus home are, it's a lot more green and there's a lot more bugs. It's about 6 a.m. Looks like the sun is just about to rise above the horizon here. And it's time to get on the road so I can go check out Hawkeye Point.
Welcome to Iowa.
Okay, well here I am at the top of Hawkeye Point, the tallest natural point in Iowa. My elevation is 1,670 feet above sea level, and currently I am standing higher than everybody else in the state of Iowa. Not by much though. If you look right over there at the highway I was just on, they're not much lower than I am right here. I can kind of tell that this point is on the top of a hill out in this flat area. I don't really know how they were able to figure out that this hill is taller than the other hills in Iowa, but here we are. This is a cool area though. It's cool to see this part of America. All around me are cornfields, and right over here we have, looks like all the other 50 state high points and how far away they are from here up on these posts. The first one I noticed was Bora Peak, which is about 900 miles away from here. That was the first state high point that I ever summited in Idaho. There are a few man-made structures here that are a little taller than where I'm standing right here. But as far as natural terrain in Iowa, this is the tallest. Today's hike was about 15 feet with what I would say is about 2 feet of vertical elevation gain. So I would say that this hike is definitely doable for anybody. This high point is kind of a classic example of what you would find in a lot of these flat states in the US. They kind of just piggyback on the state next door, and kind of the high point is basically right on the border. You know, it's not actually just the flat states. I remember when we climbed Boundary Peak in Nevada, literally called Boundary Peak. We got to the top and there was a taller peak right in front of us that was across the border to California. So it's pretty common actually to see these high points be right on state lines. Got to sign my name on the summit register here. It looks like yesterday there were only 3 people to visit here. Ironically though, another one of them was from Idaho, just like me, which is kind of cool, from Pocatello. So yeah, I'm the only one here right now. I've been here for a half hour, haven't seen anybody, and I'm the first one on the register for today. So I'm guessing not a lot of people come here. Special thanks to the Merrill and Donna Sterler family who donated this piece of land to the county back in 2008, according to this sign here. So thanks to their generosity, weirdos like me can come out and visit these high points out here in the middle of endless farmland. This would be a good place for people that like history. There's a lot of really informative history about the agricultural past here. This one's talking about when President Roosevelt visited this area back in 1910. Well, just like that, state high point number 9 is in the bag. That was pretty easy. wasn't very involved compared to the ones I'm used to out west, but it's still cool to visit this beautiful area nonetheless. My name's Kent. I do a lot of adventure, travel, exploration, state high points, all kinds of videos like that. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, you might consider subscribing to my channel. And also, like I said in the beginning of this video, I am doing 4 state high points over the next 3 days, and this is the first one. So if you want to see more, consider subscribing and check out the other videos that I have linked down in the description below and to the side at the end of the video. That's all I have for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video at Tim's Hill in Wisconsin. See ya.